the Syndra locked in as the final pick, answered by the Cho'Gath.
Oh.
So,
Go on.
who purely looking at the drafts, turn the nameplates off for a second. Which side are you favoring purely off of draft? Terminus versus Emissaries of the Void. Let's see what these guys can do. Don't think we're going to see anything particularly interesting level 1. It does look like a relatively standard 5-point defense. Where are these junglers going to look to start is the main question.
I would assume they would both like to path a bot lane soon. It's a Cho'Gath on top. Not much is going to happen though if you gank. Is he just a classic 5-point here? Oh. Then I'm going to go for a late ward on the Raptors, is the question though.
Minions have spawned.
Looks like
the early
we won't
Swain
see.
never move hitting the Syndra. Denying the first strike this early.
Yeah, and getting that extra health from the Swain passive as we see it pinged there in chat.
The extra 12 health. If he
Could make
survives
all the
now,
difference.
if he survives on 1 HP now, it's all because of that 1E.
Yeah, exactly. But no, we are just going to see relatively standard level 1s in all of the lanes, both teams wanting to start to work a little advantage. Another stack there gained for the Swain. Very nice.
These never moves are consistently hitting.
It's always a good sign. When you start landing those skill shots early, you start getting that mental edge over your opponent, thinking, yeah, I've got your number. I know.
You see the Void Spikes poking down a lot. A lot.
I don't think he'll be too concerned, though. He is just chilling on the Ornn. Gonna breathe some fire, get knocked up, and maybe in a little bit of danger, yeah.
The flash. Oh. You see the flash being burned on Ornn to dodge Cho'Gath knockup.
I don't know, is that just me? But that looked really, really funny.
Just flashing, standing still.
Yeah.
A second.
Flashing away from his tower to dodge the knockup. Like, kind of respect it, but at the same time, it's like, just flash to your tower.
You see the Void Spikes going through as he flashes to kill the Ornn, but he goes down as well. A 1-for-1 this early. It
will cause him to lose the wave to the tower, though.
Yeah. He loses a lot of the wave, is forced to TP as well. Now, will King Terry match the TP? Level 3 hit by the Void bot lane here. Will they look to harass them for it? It does not look like so.
No, not really. And the wave isn't in a super massive position for them to be able to, I don't think. But a small CS lead starting to appear in the bot lane. Not that I think Terminus will be too concerned.
You see, Wukong opting to recall instead of fighting Scuttle, knowing he has no bot prio, knowing that he can't fight that rift without inting. Although Ornn engages on Terry.
Does actually have the XP advantage for that engage as well. Really nicely timed there from Amari, finding a way in.
But now, Terry is just going to start sustaining off this wave. Level XP, level lead no longer in effect for the Ornn. See the knockup hit.
Yeah, this might be
as Ornn is gone silent.
And yeah,
as King Terry gets the second solo kill of this game, Wukong just had to sit there and watch his Ornn die.
Starting to lord his dominion over the top lane already. King Terry really finding the avenues. And this Cho'Gath will start to be a problem, like you say, as he starts to scale, especially when that feast becomes available. If he is able to just stack HP, then Spies may be getting very concerned.
Yeah. Well, if Spies goes to build, I think he's gonna rush Bork, which is gonna help a ton against the Shogun specifically. Then the Caitlyn would be, I think, can punish that, especially if she goes like a normal like thing like Collector or something.
And Caitlyn definitely a champion that Scott and I'm assuming Void are familiar with.
Yep.
Something that Scott is quite proficient on,
Yep.
and will be looking for every avenue to punish. As we see the early dragon for
Right.
Emissaries of the Void.
Yeah, looks like both mid laners are extremely low on mana, although Void's one is extremely low on health. I don't think they are aware about this dragon being done, because I'm assuming they just thought the bot lane recalled. As Terminus bots take a reset as Void catches the wave.
Hmm.
We do see King Terry being level 6 here, and my only being level 5.
Yeah, always a threat when.
Could-
Although the feast actually on cooldown, so it must have been used on a
Yeah.
minion.
Must use to help shove the wave. Looks like nothing's gonna happen with that Wukong mid there.
No.
Go back. See Caitlyn by the BF sword now. I'm assuming that's going into collect. Is Collector that BF sword? Or is it BT?
I
It's
feel
BT.
like BT. It's BT. BF
It's
sword.
BT. I'm being stupid.
Collector's Dirk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark.
Okay, teleport back to the mid lane for Karma Chameleon. And yeah, I mean it's been a relatively passive early game so far, outside of the top lane, where we've seen obviously the technically 3 solo kills. Granted, Amari was assisted by a tower, but we are potentially going to see another one here. King Terry diving forward as we see an engage in the bot lane. Davis and
Both fly.
Spies trying.
Got living on 1 HP as Davis takes the tower shot.
Oh,
Yep.
that is
If I'm not
heartbreaking.
mistaken,
That.
death sentence, pulling him under tower, tanking one too many shot. The Swain vision's hit, although the Q misses.
That is a very, very sad moment that for Davis
Yeah.
and for Terminus.
Extremely sad to see. Well, the kill did go on the fresh, so it is not entirely the worst thing to happen.
No, that is true.
Syndra starting to trade more and more with the Swain, as Swain's like range disadvantage is starting to show more and more. Ben starting to dodge these never moves as Cam can't
Massive
the
CS
healing.
lead as well.
You see a gank here, all the Forge God comes out, misses
Oh,
the recast, Wukong
no.
procs the brittle. Wukong uses the auto reset on the Q as King Terry falls.
Yeah, the Wukong has enough damage on his own, does not need. Oh, that's.
Oh, we see a solo kill from Ben onto the Camera Chameleon.
That is a
As Ben
very dead
to
Swain.
take a reset. Fresh is now mid, looking to assist. Jazz steals one of the Void groups. There's going to look to ward hop out, I think. Does get the ward hop off. We see TP from King Terry. Ornn has to back here. We take one of the Void.
Aggressive teleport.
They smite one of the Void group. So we see they are backing off, giving this objective feat. Considering they had the first dragon and now getting the Void groups, they are now 1 feet off getting the. They got the solo. They got the kills, right?
Yep. Yeah, they've
The
already
kills.
claimed warfare.
And now, unless we see Scott overstepping
Scott, yeah.
here, yeah, that is unfortunate. Scott should not be that pushed up, knowing his Fresh is the mid lane.
That is a very, very big pickup for Terminus as well. That will help Spies get to those items a lot quicker.
Yeah, we are seeing Spies go Bork here.
Is that the normal route for a Yanara?
I'm pretty sure it's Yuntal's. I think Spies just like he likes going builds that makes him do no damage to 5 items. That's what
Right, okay.
Spies always does.
Just Spies things.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Well, that solo kill is quite big. We see the Scar of the Week here, and then the Unleashed Power killing Cam once again. You do see a trade here top lane. Not much might come off it. Void Spike slowing him, the knock missing as he dashes away. But we see Call the Forge Gods come
Ooh.
out, hits it.
Turn.
Could be a good turnaround for Amari.
Yeah.
Flash W ends up killing King Terry. As we see Ben Pinken. This is the best point value top laner in UNL right there.
What, Amari or King Terry?
Amari.
Up Joe points, I think, is what happens when we need to spam when he gets a solo kill. No, really nice from the Ornn. Has weathered that early storm, got himself some gold in, and is now
We see
feeling pretty
Kong
good.
engaging onto the fresh face, checking the bush as if it was he had sweeper.
Death
He's
sentence.
clearing vision as they have got complete control over the river for Dragon here. Are they going to start it? It does not look like they're going to start it right now. Looks like they're going to try crash both mid and top waves as we see Cam being 1 HP. Scar of the Week. It's not Scar of the Week. It's Unleashed 4. Or
Yeah,
it's not up yet.
Ben really starting to feel himself in the mid lane. Those 2 kills with the Blackfire torch in hand, setting the Syndra up very well for success in this 1v1.
We see Cam is back, probably waiting for his TP to come back up. Maybe they can fight this, knowing that Ben hasn't backed yet. TPing mid lane, Fresh is walking up. There is no Jax there though. As Terminus has claimed their first dragon and their first objective off the game.
Yeah, nice on the board for them. 2,000 gold as well is the lead currently for Terminus. I imagine that is largely in the mid lane. The Syndra finding yet another stun.
That should be so, but Terminus bot lane did try to freeze it and back, but then forgot to let it go a second too early and it ended up crashing on the tower still.
Yeah.
So they are forced to stay for one extra wave. I believe Spy should have his balk here, which he does end up getting. Dabus stayed. As I say, back got stopped by the Fresh. He's a Scatter the Weak hit. As Unleashed Force makes him live on 1 HP, although Sueno does go on cooldown as well, and he's forced to back with no TP here. Syndra not having ult could lead to a big opportunity where he is very vulnerable.
Oh, this feels so bad to be the Swain, though. You're already nearly 40 CS down. You've died twice in the 1v1 to this Syndra, and you're pushed out of lane once again with no teleport. Yeah, Karma really starting to feel this. Starting to feel the burn being laid down.
We see Death Sentence hit to the Inara, but not much is going to happen. Aftershock ends up going up. Say, not much happened from that Death Sentence. So we see Guardian block all the damage that the Fresh would have done. Scar the Weak hits as Cam just gets about half HP from one combo. Are we going to see the Jax come in and gank, knowing Syndra has no Scar the Weak? But we see Ornn doing big trades onto King Terry here.
Yeah, King Terry now actually bearing the brunt of the onslaught from Imari and on this Ornn. You feel like now every time Karma dips under half HP in that mid lane, the Syndra is going to be looking for a combo. So we're going to see a gank attempt here in the bot lane.
We do see the Fresh go down, although King Terry is... Yeah, he's fine. I believe that was a lane gank as well from Min, knowing the bot lane's going to walk up. They try to dive, but Jax is there to prevent the dive. We also see the mid lane is starting to move there, but not much is going to happen, so they're going to return to lane. King Terry is now being permanently pushed in, or now has permanent pressure up top. You see,
Ooh.
both junglers have completed Triforce.
Yeah, first items coming in across the board pretty much. It's only really the supports waiting on those first items.
Yeah.
And another stun lands, and yeah, now about
Oh.
half HP again.
Kama is just eating these Syndra stuns.
Yeah, the skill shot dodging ability seems to have transferred across from the start of the game.
Yeah, we see a Jax looking to gank here. Not much is going to happen as he's seen on vision. I say vision. He got spotted by the Yawn. Oh yeah, they do have vision in that Tribush. I didn't see that. You see a clear level advantage now from with the Yawn. Also now having a shutdown. But now that King Terry has got his hard steel, any small trade he does is just going to end up in King Terry getting stronger.
Does have the feast available as well at the moment, so could look for even more HP for taking a bite out of a minion, or if he's able to find an angle, a bite out of this Ornn. But they are looking to set a play up here in the top lane.
We do see Fresh move mid, but now it's now moving back to bot lane. But Caitlyn has reset. Recon is now top side. They're completely overloading top here for this Herald, as they would need to get the objective feat. They need to secure all these objectives to make sure Void can't get the
Oh, Forge God.
the Forge God comes out. Terry flashes too late. We go somewhere else. It looks like it doesn't matter too much. All on flash as well. Spies might get caught out here by the Jack. It does not happen. Oh, there's a trade. Oh, Terry ults the wrong target as he ults a minion instead of the Ornn. Oh, that is a disaster.
Absolutely gutted.
King Terry. What happened?
That crown.
We see Scattered the Weak hit on Kama Chameleon as the ult comes out. Flash away. Death Sentence hits the Recon as Recon gets bursted down. Wukong Cyclone hitting a ton of people.
Swain.
Spies flashes into the Swain. As Scott is just free hitting one, I say 1v9, dealing a ton of damage with the Yun towers he has.
Yeah,
Flash
oh, nice.
Flash Counter Strike stuns onto the Syndra.
Big fight. 5 for 2, 5 for 3, I think that was across the map for the side of Emissaries of the Void.
That's 5 for 2 and a TP and a bunch of flashes and ults down. Not what you want to see as a Terminus fan. As the objective feats and overall feats have been claimed by Void. So far, Void stocks have gone up a ton right now as Terminus stocks fall.
Void stocks going to the moon.
See that fight was really unfortunate as the Swain with the 1 HP and was able to pop ult and then they tried running away. But as they run away, the Rakan gets hit by the death sentence on a Fresh, leading into the Rakan getting bursted. Kama trying to take these Raptors for some reason. As he gets caught by the Rakan, hit by the Syndra stun. As Kama just completely throws away any gold value he has. Trying to give a little donation to the Syndra again.
Yeah. And that does feel like it's been a bit of a running theme of this game. Spies, though, going to be caught out here on bot wave. Davis going to look to dive in, but it's not going to be nearly in time. They are going to look for a counterplay here, though, with the Syndra and Wukong coming in,
hitting them as the Caitlyn just gets nuked and the kill goes on the Syndra as the Fresh leaves 1 HP.
I see what you mean about Spies walking up and getting caught, though. That was a decision. It was one of the decisions of all time, we'll call it.
It was a choice he decided to make. We see Swain Visions trying to hit the wave and try to clear it in time, but they still get this tower. Is that first tower of game? No, mid tower was the first. We see Nevermove hit the Recon as Recon dashes away. At this game state, there's not much people can really do other than hope for a team fight where like they get a pick early for Terminus.
I mean, Terminus
They
actually ahead slightly
come
here.
out as the Wukong comes up to assist. As King Terry now begins to dies once again to a gank.
I have to say as well, this Wukong it feels like at least this Wukong has been everywhere
Yeah,
throughout this game so far.
but we do see them starting to collapse on the Ornn. Never mind. Instead, choosing to clear the wave and deny on the tower. We see them completely overloading topside here. There is no one bot side on either teams right now. Looks like depends where the Swain go. Swain running bot as the jungler and support decide to reset on the side of Void. Looks like the next big fight is going to be is going to win this Adacon.
Yes, I think we're too early into the game for it to be a potential game breaker, but it definitely could set the tone for the mid to late game. We are looking at about a 3,000 gold lead over to the side of Terminus, so definitely advantage in their court. Amare looking for something into Karma Chameleon here, not really going to find a lot. It's kind of just wet noodles.
Getting spaced out extremely hard by Cam, but Cam is just tickling him to death. As Amare has a ton of MR from his early items. He also has Cole, I've noticed.
Yeah, why not? I mean, top lane kind of is just a bit of a wet noodle fight.
He knows full well that he can just buy the Cole and not be punished for it because he's just quite literally the GOAT of top lane this season, it appears. Might need to up his points.
Definitely. And I think that might have been why he gave over a couple of kills earlier.
Yep. We see the Swain comes out to call the Forge God as Counter-Strike hits. Call the Forge God hits only Cam on the recap. Spirit of Mark disappears on the Jax. TP comes out from King Terry.
The Ornn is
Swain runs out as the Warthog got cancelled by the Wukong Cyclone. King Terry can be out of position. Karma Chameleon flashes away as Wukong Cyclone recast knocks up Cam. King Terry is still out of position here. The knock-up misses on the Recon. All 5 of them are here. They're going to look to trade top tower for it, as King Terry does end up getting bursted. They're going to look to fall. I would assume they're going to go for this Ocean Drake here, as the mid tower is going to fall, unless they're going to go straight to try punish this Caitlyn.
I think they're going to try and have their cake and eat it too, sending 3 people into the mid lane, while the other 2 take the Drake. But nonetheless, 3-0, massive fight for Terminus. Further taking control, and yeah, this team fight comp really starting to show its power, and spies on this Yunara really starting to come into full force and scale.
Yeah, definitely. We see Death Sentence hit the Recon as the Caitlyn goes there. The trap hits as the Recon just gets caught recalling.
Yeah, as the West one very dead Dabis.
We see the Caitlyn damage starting to peak here, as we saw. Was that 3 autos, and then the con is gone.
At least one of those 3 autos had to be a headshot, surely, for the Rakan to melt that quickly.
I would assume so, because they got the. Isn't every time they trap it's a headshot?
Yes.
So yeah, one of them was at least a headshot. Though we do see spies buying tabbies, probably trying to negate the Caitlyn damage, just being able to one-shot him.
I don't hate that as a decision.
I don't either. I think,
especially as the Swain isn't going to be the potential target for burst. Like, if the Cho'Gath is ulting you to burst you down, you're probably dead anyway, regardless of what boots you've got. Whereas if the Caitlyn is chipping away at you, then yeah, definitely having those tabbies will prevent some of that damage coming through.
we see 2 items being built for most, although Syndra has been completely accelerated on 3 items, getting the Rabadon spike right now. Looks like Are they gonna force this Adacon? It does look like
I
it.
think they can.
You see,
They're-
Cho'Gath and Fresh being up here as the Caitlyn comes up behind.
Yeah,
We
they're
see them
definitely
gaining
strong
control of
enough.
the Tribush.
Yeah, but can they
They're,
walk in?
they're
All five
kiting.
members.
They're kiting down Wukong looking for something. I think a big Syndra EQ. Call the
Oh,
Forge God
massive.
comes out, hits 2 people. Sueno is pot. Syndra EQ
Oh,
misses one.
traps!
Traps are just popping off. Syndra ult finds its target,
Oh.
killing the Jax as Caitlyn ult goes down. As Adacon goes to the side of Void, as they're gonna start Baron, as there's only the Syndra left, 1 HP, no TP, no ult.
And
Syndra's gonna shut off.
it's such a well executed team fight on the side of Emissaries of the Void, allowing all five members of Terminus to tank the Atacam, to get the resist shred, setting up the traps to allow Scott that safety net to fight behind, and then watching while all of the members of Terminus just follow in. The engage wasn't bad, but the fight played out very much
Yeah.
in the Void favor. They get the Atacam, they get the Baron, and the gold lead is now no more.
We'd see Call the Forge God hit 2 people, but I believe it hit the wrong target for that fight. I think it was the Cho'Gath Jax when the Caitlyn was one-shotting the entire team.
Yeah.
Maybe now realizing that they might try and just focus this Caitlyn as it's their only source of damage. So if Caitlyn is caught at any point, any team fight is immediately lost on the side of Void, I think. You see Syndra scatter the weak combo, hit, stunning it as King Terry just nukes the tower. Wukong coming up behind, he has the tower, tier 1 tower to fall behind. A Cyclone is starting to shred him. Knockups and miss, Drax disengages. I don't know. I feel like that could have been a great pick for them, but instead they decided to back off. I'm guessing they would assume Jax or someone was top if Terry was that far up.
Most
Look.
likely.
Ukraine Visions miss as Nevermove also misses. The Caitlyn starts slowly tickling this Ornn to death. Half HP on the Ornn. Can't really tank much more.
But the Forge God.
Forge God comes out. Cam flashes into it.
Nice
Wukong has no
action.
Cyclone from top lane as they just slowly kill Cam. We see Wukong being half
GG.
HP. Oh my god. Caitlyn just half HP thingy from one headshot.
I don't know if King Terry needed to look for a teleport there.
Yeah, King Terry did not have the teleport. Especially, I don't know if you saw the damage Caitlyn did to that Syndra. But
Yeah. Oh,
we see the
look at the
Ornn
damage on the
slowly
Ornn.
dying. Scatter the weak, stuns Terry under tower as Lantern takes him out of the aggro range. They're just looking to siege this bot tower. King Terry Demolish kills it. See them start to back off. We see if Wukong had Cyclone there, it could have been an amazing fight, but he used it on top lane earlier, so it wasn't up. There's also a Shirelius on that Cho'Gath I'm noticing. As they start dragging, we see the Ornn TP, Call the Forge God just still not up, but Cyclone is. Ocean Drake falls as they look on this Ornn
It's a
pick,
very aggressive
barely out of
TP.
position. TP from Swain as they start to leave. Flash from both top lane is being used. Cam looks for the Nevermove. Barely misses Dabber. It's on the recon. You see, after that, Ornn has no sums, but no TP on the side of Void.
Yeah, no teleports at all. There is the teleport available for this Syndra. So if Terminus want to use that advantage potentially in the side lane to try and get themselves a little bit of an advantage, they could look to push themselves in.
You see, Baron has run out on the side of Void. They got quite, I think that was 2 towers from that Baron. A pretty good Baron overall. Let's see, Cho'Gath starting to move down to mid, maybe looking for a play. Death Sentence misses the Wukong and the Recon as the Wukong starts to reset. Noticing it now. Look at the CS diff bot lane.
Yeah, it is a little bit large.
It's quite a big CS
It
difference.
is pretty similar to the CS difference mid lane though, so it kind of evens itself out, I guess.
That is how it is only a 1.5k gold advantage. I just changed the tone after I said that. But it's still not that large of a gold advantage, but it's also on 2 main carries on each team. So if one of them get caught, it is not the best. But it being on Sindra or Samith, that all their damage right now is just a burst.
Mm.
Also, was to see Spies getting the IE and getting it upgraded. Well, only having 50% crit is not ideal at 3 items, is it?
We're in a very interesting stage of the game right now, though. There's nothing really on the map for either of these teams to do. So it's a lot of posturing, catching waves, and fighting for vision. The Baron coming up in about 50 seconds will likely be the next point of contest. However, Soul Point for Emissaries of the Void spawning in about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. We do see Void being entirely top lane, as Terminus is also leaving that bot lane, all those resources down there, just being completely neglected by each team. But Void has gained complete vision control off the topside river.
Yeah, might look to do something here in the mid lane. Spies, Dabis, Animare having to back away.
Very looking for knock up, hoping Spies will extend, knowing full well Spies will. They have no idea this. I'm assuming they have no idea that bush is warded.
No,
By
it would not
Terminus.
seem so. But there are no wards on the Baron here for the side of Terminus.
Chameleon hit half HP, forced to ult and backs off at 1 HP. Syndra ult not used.
No teleport available on the Swain as well for the moment, so we'll have to reset. That will allow Terminus to walk in, gain full control over this topside river,
Are they
and
going to start
start
the
to set
Baron?
themselves up.
Baron is hit, but they are not going to start. It looks like they want to do the fight first, as owning these choke points is an insane play for it. As Cam starts to come back, Scatter the Weak Stun misses. As the Ornn is not caught out for being a bit pushed up there. We see the economy on looking to pressure a bit, maybe to deny vision a bit longer.
Both junglers backing off to start continuing on their camps, and we are now 30 seconds away from that soul point. It will be the Ocean Soul. If the Emissaries of the Void are able to claim it, then you would imagine it could have a significant impact going into team fights. But Terminus first in the area. Will it be the end of the line for this game? Will they be able to find the fight with the death
And Gary
push?
walking in, Scatter Stun hits Cam again. Cam is quite low. They're giving up the banana bush.
Oh, Shirley has popped.
As the Recon engages onto the Caitlyn, Call the Forge God hit. Call the Forge misses. He missed it. As Syndra is completely caught out, eaten by King Terry. As this fight looks to be over already. No Call the Forge God on the Ornn as they just slowly kill the Ornn.
The engage was so good from Terminus.
Jack is going to look for the coin flip as this is his main way of winning. As I'm going to try to deny him the coin. Jack ends up deciding not to try coin flip as the soul goes to the side of Void.
Yeah, could be Baron here potentially as well. 25 seconds left on the death timer for the Syndra. Another 30 for the Ornn. Teleports available for both these solo laners.
They're going to look to do this Baron knowing Syndra and Ornn are down. Syndra ult is still up for when she respawns. This Baron is starting to get shred as the Wukong is leaving the banana bush now, has vision on it, tries to steal, but Cho ends up eating it as he dies for trying to steal it.
Yeah, unfortunately, very quickly becomes a point in the game where Cho'Gath ult does significant amounts of damage more than your smite. So you've got to be very, very quick with that one. King Terry absolutely nailing it there. Getting the secure, getting the extra stack of HP. And that is a rather large Cho'Gath now.
Yep. We do see objective bounties starting to come for the side of Terminus. As the weak hits only the fresh. King Terry demolished, completely nukes that tower. As Ornn is caught out, as he slowly is getting killed again. Redemption comes out, heals him. Oh, Death Sentence hits the Syndra as Call of the Forge God ends up hitting only the Cho'Gath. Ornn is slowly on. Spies cleanses the Never move.
Feels like
Spies gets hit by the chop.
Feels like Spies is free hitting so much in these fights, but not doing any damage. I don't know why. He is a 3.5 item Yanara, but yeah, the Syndra caught out one too many times, and that looks like it is going to be it.
Wukong Cyclone goes onto the Fresh and Caitlyn, just dealing no damage, however. And it looks like this game does end up going to Void. I am once again broke on channel points.
Yeah, it was the end of the line, but it was the end of the line for Terminus. Emissaries of the Void take the win.